Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everybody. So, finally, I could sit and do the divorce topic. I had to do a lot of research because it couldn't be just my opinion of it. And I talked to people from the older generation, I talked to people who are going through divorces, who've gone through divorces, who are having marital issues, so I can come up with this set. And I hope that it will at least shed some light. And if there are any more reasons you think are there for the divorces, please feel free to write in the comment section. Okay, I'll put it into maybe reasons why we're getting divorces in an older generation perspective than on the men's perspective and on the women's perspective of it. So I'll start with the men. What is wrong in the male aspect of it that contributes to divorces? I'll start with the boy child. For one, as the boy is growing up, there is no male presence to guide it into a man responsible for his home, into a man responsible for his own life. Zamani mtoto wa kiume akikua ana babake ama na uncle ama na babu yake unamlea as they grow, and they learn from them what it is to be a proper person, a proper man. Accountability for your siblings, accountability for your mother, accountability for your wife when you get married later, accountability for your own responsibilities, and how to manage when you grow up. Basically that. I don't want to drag so much into it. So the boy child is neglected. He's neglected in mentorship as they grow up. I'm not talking about some Vijana network or some youth group or whatever. I'm talking about the older men being there for these young boys as they grow up. We live in nuclear families, mother, father, watoto. We are all thrown apart. Zamani watu wakikaa pamoja, akikosa malezi kwa huyu atapata kwa huyu. There are a lot of people watching kids as they grow up. Now we don't. Kwa mama afanya kazi, baba afanya kazi, mtoto anabatiwa nani? Mfanyikazi. Akienda skuli, different teachers. So kila mtu na malezi yake has an influence on that child, other than the parents themselves. Ikiwa ni mama ndio yuko nyumbani, you still don't expect a woman to raise a boy 100%. People will disagree with me on this, but that is why single mothers usually find a male role model. We cannot be men. We can teach as much and do our best in raising boys, but they need men. Men need men to grow into shababs, proper shababs. So I'll say this. We lack that. Our social structures right now lack that, and it needs to change. If you're a mother, you need to figure out, your husband, is he playing a role or not? If you're a husband, you need to figure out, am I playing the role of a father or not? And you need to fix that. We give our children everything except that, malezi. We just expect them to just sprout up and know who they want, who they should be in the roles of life. It's not like that. It doesn't happen that way. We need to put the efforts in that, so that akue into a man you want him to be. Just because you're giving him an education is not sufficient. It's not sufficient enough for him to handle life. He'll get the money. What about his other life? How will he manage children? How will he manage a wife? How will he manage socially associating with others if you didn't teach him that? The principles of life are not taught in school. So boy child. Then when you're about to get married, men. Wangapi wapata ile mentorship ya mwanamume ambaye amepitia tayari marriage, akamguide, wewe wataka kuoa, kwa nini wataka kuoa, how will you handle the woman, what if una problem A, B, C, D, how will you handle your in-laws, how will you manage your own parents if they have an issue with your wife. Who sits and asks all these questions? Oh, we are so busy planning for the wedding. Hakuna mtu yuafikiria ile maisha baada ya ile harusi. Kila mtu ajua hawa tajisota hawa, wakishawana nini, they'll figure it out kule mbele. It's not like that. So that lacks as well. Na akishaoa, akiwa na problems, yuenda wapi? Yuenda kwa nani for those issues? All influence goes back to maskani, goes back to the internet. Is he going to chat with some girl about problems he's having with his wife? Or is he supposed to talk to some man, random man that he met at the office or, at a social gathering or nini, and he starts discussing his life? All those are wrong places to go for advice. And that is why, alhamdulillah, Swizi kuna a lot of counseling institutions that are sprouting up. You can go and talk to people in confidentiality. So we need that. We need people who we can go to for guidance. And I'm saying we, meaning men. You need that. Kwa sababu the way you guys think right now, kwamba inukia tu mwajua what you want to do in your lives, you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, you read posts, and how everybody has commented there on how a woman should act in a marriage, on how men shouldn't tolerate in marriages, and you think that that's it. This is what I'm supposed to take in and apply in my life. It isn't. It is all a fiction, whatever you see online, but we take it literally, don't we? I've seen so many posts, and the way men are commenting, it really is sad. So what else? Our cultures. Our cultures have made men not to have accountability. Wanaume hawana accountability for their actions. Hawana accountability for their actions kuanzia hawajaoa mpaka wakioa. So mothers expect wives to behave with their children, raised men, the way they behaved with them. Wewe kwa mtoto wako wa kiume ulikuwa unamweka kama yai nyumbani. Akilia ma shampa. Akifungua tena mdomo ma shapa kitu kingine. You expect na ule mtoto wa kike pia to take up your role. Siku hizi kusubiri imekuja in another level. Kusubiri means fanya kazi umwangalie mume. Ndio kusubiri kwetu. Tulionao sasa. Ama wewe na mkeo mkae msubiri, mama na baba waangalia nini? Batunga ka vifaranga va kuku bado walelewa tu. And what beats me is that it's not the same in other Muslims who are not from the coast. It's not the same. They're Muslims. They apply the same religious rules and perspective. But why do their marriages work? Why? Because they do not follow cultures. They follow religion, strictly religion. If we follow cultures, we fail. Because our cultures clash with religion on so many levels. Culturally, we do not hold a man responsible for the fact that he does not take care of his woman. Islam, I have every right to complain, I have every right to take my husband kwa kadhi, kwa nini haniangali. I'm not giving you sex for free. I'm not supposed to cook for you, give you sex, clothe myself, take care of your children. And what are you there for? Service. That's all. Whether you are there kumwaga mbegu kunkucha, nothing else. You're literally not useful for anything. Anything, zero. And these are the same men you see them as keyboard warriors complaining about women. Please, guys, stand up. We need you to own up. Musilalamike women are taking over if you're still sitting. Not even sitting, you're still laying down. So cultures, forget about your cultures. Forget about looking at marriages like you're getting a slave in the house. You see? When I touch on the women's side, you'll understand what I mean. And mothers, please stop babying your kids continuously. Please don't. We cannot take up those roles. And who is it for the benefit for? Because if you don't raise a man you are proud of, how do you expect that person to survive when you're not there? How does this man survive with his wife, with children? I don't think the men are actually happy, but it is how it is. When a man has a woman in the house, a wife, and he goes and he sleeps around, the blame comes on the wife. It doesn't go to the man. Lack of accountability. Divorces. It's lack of accountability for the man to play their roles correctly in accordance with religion. They don't. They are not held accountable for anything wrong that they would be held accountable in religion. And I'm sorry, our sheikhs are very, very biased. Utakwenda kwa shekhi uenda kulalamika, atakwambia, lakini wajua kikwetu. What the hell kikwetu? What do you mean kikwetu? Am I here for you to give me a religious perspective, or am I here for you to tell me what my culture says? Which is which? It's either you're a religious sheikh or you're a cultural sheikh. Which one are you? They can't be, you can't mix the two. It's either one. You will not sit and listen to that sheikh for even 2 seconds if the first thing that they start with is sisi tuko hivi. No. Tell me Kiislamu tuko vipi. Not sisi tuko vipi. Who is sisi? And how does it apply in an Islamic perspective? You know? So let's go of cultural practices that are detriment to our marriages. Just because it favors men, it does not mean it is beneficial to men. Because zile ndoa zikivunjika, hazimvunjiki mwanamke peke yake, zamvunjike na yule mwanamume pia. When we come to the older generations, you have stopped doing your roles. Ikiwa two couples one decide they want to have their own apartment, basi wewe kijaliwa mother-in-law na father-in-law mushaosha mikono kabisa. Shauri zao, shoga kodisha nyumba, mimi sitaki zaza ndani ya nyumba yangu. Shawa na nyumba yao kwa wakao watajiangalia wenyewe. What does that mean? Are you upset that they don't live with you? Is that what you're upset? Because you had to live with your mother-in-law? What's what? Your role doesn't change. Na ni upande wa mke, ni upande wa mume, nyote wawili. In-laws, your roles don't change. You are there to guide these two people together. Not kila mtu avuta upande wake. You're so selfish. Ukivuta mtoto wako wa kike na huyo akimvuta mtoto wake wa kiume, ni kwa faida ya nani? Nyinyi marriage zenu mkaa mpaka miaka mliokaa. Hata kama ufanywa nini, hata kama ugotwa, hata kama ulionewa, hata kama uliozeshwa hutaki, that is your problem. Musiwatie hawa wawili into your issues that you had, your psychological damage that you had. Don't transfer it into your kids. You've decided these two need to get married, or they've decided they want to get married. Please, take up your roles, support them. Kwa upande wa wanaume, watakuwa, wanawake manjiatele fungu penye. Utambadilishia. Is that healthy? Really? Ama tukiangalia hiyo kiuislamu tunaojifanya make tunajitanda mitandio, tukavana mabubui, tukajifunika, wengine na magloves na nini, na mashekhe na makanzu na makofia, lakini uislamu ndo huo. Kwamba wewe mamvunde ule mtoto wa kike. Kwa sababu wanawake wako fungu penye, mtoto wako utamwozesha ukimwatisha. Ama wewe wa mtoto wa kike, manake mwanawe anasoma daktari ule alooa mechanic. So you expect her to have a higher. What your child has studied has nothing to do with the marriage. Right za mke na right za mume Kiislamu zabakia pale pale. Pale pale hazibadiliki. This feminism thing, I'm sorry to say, has brought in a lot of issues, and it has contributed to divorces. Because you're asking for equality. There is no bloody equality in Islam. Sorry to swear, but it's getting way out of hand. Hakuna equality in Islam. There's equity. Equity whereby you get your rights in accordance with Islamic laws, and he gets his rights. Rights remain. Don't ask for just your rights, women, but maintain your husband's rights as well. What you studied, alhamdulillah, good. It brings so much into the plate the two of you are sharing. Your head of what you've studied comes in when you're discussing financial issues, when you're discussing how to manage your money, fine. But how you behave with your husband, that sweetness, that how I talk in my videos, I've said this before, is not how I behave with my husband. And by the way, if I do raise my voice, he will tell me. He'll be like, sasa, because I'm mkali by nature. But Nikki raise voice yangu, he reminds me, and I tell him all the time, I don't mean to, but if I do, please let me know. And I would be like, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't mean to. My voice is always below his. I try as much as possible. I'm sweet as much as I can. Don't lose your femininity, you know, that sweet softness of a woman just because unkwenda schooling. No, doesn't. I hate cooking, but I get into the kitchen because of my husband. He loves it when I cook for him. If it was up to me, I'd order every single day. I hate cooking. Afadhali nioshe vyombo, safishe nyumba nzima, but you need heat. I just don't like it. But I do it. Why? Because he loves it, you know. So there are those things. You step down. You get into the role of a wife. When it comes to finances or nini, you as a guy, please, if your wife is smarter than you, respect that. Just sit down, do things together, trust her, because you're uplifting each other up. But dear wife, breaking of marriages also is when you want to show the entire world that you are smarter than your husband. When you want to be so outspoken in front of him, when you want to show everybody that he's stupid, you're brighter. Hakuna mwanamume atakashukishwa hadhi yake namna hiyo. He has his ego, he has his manhood, he wants to maintain. Maintain it for him. If ukimshukisha mume wako hadhi, na wewe yako unjishukishia. Maana yule ankoa wewe kwani namuona. Elevate your husbands. Same with the man. Be proud of your wife. Love her. Show it that you love her. You know? So a lot of things contribute to this. We women nowadays do not accept. We walk out just like that because, for one, we know our rights. We know our rights Islamically, and we do not accept this bullshit of people telling us all the time, stahamili, 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 stahamili. I remember when I left my marriage was because I said, you know what, at this age, I don't want to grow old and regret my life. It took me 9 years, nothing has changed, I want to walk out. I don't want this. And it's not because it was his fault, my fault, or whatever, we were just not compatible. I wanted different things, he wanted different things. I'm like, you know what, let's just go separate ways. So, and I knew what were my rights. I knew what was going on wrong, and I just wanted it out. You know? So we do not waste our time. We know what we need. And another thing is, I kept thinking, what if I'm going to hell? What if I drop dead and I'm going to hell? So should I live hell hapa pia? Kwenye hii dunia niishi hell na nikifa pia nenda hell? I mean, why can't I live what I want here? Live how I want. And I decided to do just that. So example is, or using my example, what I'm saying is, we know our rights. We want to just get what is religiously ours. And if it's not given to us, wanawake siku hizi, they don't waste their time, they walk out. Yes, I will say independence does contribute to us walking out more easily. Because sababu zamani, when you walk out on a marriage, you have to go back to your parents who push you back again. Sasa you say, listen, I don't need to come to your house, I can take care of myself. But what does that actually say? It means it's raised the bar for men. It says that either you change and you stick to religious guidelines, or we leave you with your culture. Because the cultures haven't served the woman justice for a very, very long time. It always is in the favor of men. It doesn't favor children, it doesn't favor women. It always just favors the men. Period. So going back to mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, and whatever, please contribute to the positiveness of marriages of your children. Mwatuharibia. Nyinyi kwanza ndio chanzo kikubwa mwatuharibia. You don't want to play your roles in guiding watoto wakiwa waingia kwenye marriages na ikiwa wakuwa kwenye marriages zao. Problems mbili tatu mwataka watu hawatani. Maana kwa mtoto wako ankike ansoma, kwa hivyo anajua aweza kujiangalia, halas. So many older women that are out there divorced sitting. Younger girls divorced sitting. Why? Because you have failed in your roles. Interfere in marriages in a positive manner. Don't interfere in marriages to screw them up. please. I hope I've covered as much as I can. Anything else, please put it in the comment section and I will repost it again. Part 2. Time's up for this one. See you in the next one.